Okay, this is the group of plants, perennials, known as salvias. Now, most people know salvias, or sages as they're commonly called, as annuals, the Salvia splendens. But there are many different types of ornamental sages that are perennials and in some case shrubs. We'll start here with Salvia greggii. This is Salvia greggii Texas wedding. This is a shrub usually in the 3 to 4 foot wide range, usually about 2 to 3 foot tall, depending on the cultivar. They flower heavy in spring, they slow down during the summer, and then they flower heavy again in fall. This one has beautiful white flowers, and the flowers last for several months. So this is a really long-term flowering plant. And this is a light pink one, also of Salvia greggii, called California Sunset, so a wide range of colors. And this is the third color form in the Salvia greggii, which is the pinkish red. And this is one called Lipstick, a little shorter, this one maturing out at only 18 inches tall as compared to the others, which can get 3 foot tall. First cousin to the Salvia greggii is another shrub from northern Mexico called Salvia microphylla. Microphylla means small leaves. It's small leaves but a larger plant. Each plant of Salvia microphylla can get up to 8 feet across and 3 foot tall. So this is one that needs lots of room in the garden. Like Salvia greggii, it flowers very heavy in spring, sporadically through the summer, and then very heavy again in fall. This is another of the northern Mexican salvias. This is Salvia regula. Now, unlike many of the salvias that flower in spring, this one only flowers in fall, so it really doesn't start until the 1st of October, and then you have months of these incredible tubular flowers that are just great for hummingbirds and just great to add a splash of bright color in the garden in fall. Okay, this is another perennial salvia, Salvia farinacea. This is actually a U.S. native. It's commonly sold as an annual houseplant, but in fact, if you leave it in your gardens and you don't get below 0 in the wintertime, this one's going to come back, or at least most of the forms will. This is a very tall form of Salvia farinacea, often called Mealy Cup Sage. This particular one gets 3 foot. You can buy dwarf forms that only get 15 inches tall, but a great plant. It starts flowering in late spring. It flowers all summer long and then slows down as you get into fall. This is one of my favorite salvias. This is Salvia Phyllis Fancy. This is a Salvia leucantha hybrid, leucantha being a fall bloomer, so this is also a fall bloomer. This is probably the largest of any of the perennial salvias you'll get for your garden, topping out at easily 7 foot tall and about 8 foot wide. It dies all the way down to the ground, so it is a complete perennial, and then pops back up almost like a jack and the beanstalk, growing very fast, and starts flowering in really August and flowers from August all the way up till frost. Quite a spectacular plant. Like with all the perennial salvias that die to the ground in the wintertime, you don't want to cut these back, because salvia stems are hollow, and if you cut them back in the fall or early winter, they will actually fill full of water when it gets really cold and freeze, and you can actually kill your plant. So good drainage is good, and then leave the plant up until you see it growing at the base in the spring. This is Salvia superba. This is one of the hardiest of the perennial salvias. And Salvia superba, Salvia sylvestris, Salvia numerosa, you hear 3 names. They're all pretty much the same thing. It's actually a group of hybrids of several species from Europe. These are the hardiest. These will certainly go into zone 4 and 5. Very, very winter hardy, so 30 below 0. They flower heavy in spring, sporadically through the summer, and then you generally get a good rebloom in fall. Generally, these are much smaller than some of the Mexican salvias, topping out around 18 to 20 inches, depending on the form, and anywhere from 1 to 3 foot wide. But a beautiful ground cover area for full sun, well-drained soil. This is a hybrid salvia. This is Salvia Amistad. This is a cross with Salvia guaranitica, a very commonly grown plant. It's lost a little hardiness from guaranitica, but what it gained is an incredible rebloom. It flowers for us starting in late spring all the way up till the first freeze hits it. It's a large growing plant. It's easily 5 foot tall, it's 8 foot across, but non-stop flowering even through the heat of the summer. Just an amazing specimen. There are actually several yellow-flowered salvias, a color we normally don't think of in the genus Salvia, and these would include plants like the European Salvia glutinosa, the Japanese Salvia koyamae, and Salvia niponica. So really 3 good species, and these will tolerate a little more shade as well as half-day sun. This is Salvia darcyi, one of my absolute favorites. It starts blooming in late summer and just really keeps going all the way up till a hard frost. Beautiful color, just a great form. It generally ran 3 foot tall, around 6 foot wide. So it does take up a fairly good sized footprint, but just an amazing flowering machine in the fall. We hope you've enjoyed the brief tour of our salvia collections here at Plant Delights Nursery in Juniper Level Botanic Gardens. If you'd like to find out more, check out our website, plantdelights.com, and do a search for salvia.